refunds are still processing, and now there's some movement over at Ubisoft. Is a buyout really imminent? Hey guys, Nightfall here, and lately there's been radio silence for the past few weeks on the whole Ubisoft situation regarding the downfall and the buyout and all that stuff. And now we're inching closer and closer to the launch of Assassin's Creed Shadows in March. Yep, you heard that right, March, not February. They delayed the game yet again, and it's now scheduled to release 4 months after the initial release date of November 2024. But just the other day, there's been some movement on multiple fronts. So on Saturday, I received this message from Xbox, and it says, "Thank you for playing XDefiant on 6/3/2025. XDefiant servers will be closed down. As a result, the game will no longer be playable, and your recent purchases will be refunded. We apologize for any inconvenience. Visit account.microsoft.com to view your billing history, blah, blah, blah." Now, this is basically the same notice that we've been getting, and it's not really anything new. But if you hadn't heard, anyone who purchased the Ultimate Founders Pack and anyone who purchased anything in-game up to 30 days before the announcement that the game was sunsetting on December 3rd was due a refund due to not getting the full content promised from purchasing the Ultimate Founders Pack, and I guess just because they were feeling nice and in the holiday spirit, so they decided to give everybody who bought anything in the last 30 days their money back. Now, it's been over a month since that announcement of the sunsetting, and a lot of people, myself included, have yet to receive their refunds. So once I got this message, I decided to check my Microsoft account, because when I first started playing this game, I was playing on Xbox, and that's where I bought the Founders Pack. And I'd almost started to just give up on ever getting a refund from them. But like I said, after I got this message on Xbox, I went to my Microsoft account just to confirm, and sure enough, they did refund my Founders Pack. Now, to double confirm, I also checked my bank account, and sure enough, the refund of 70 whatever dollars it was there. So for those of you who are still awaiting your Founders Pack refunds or anything else that you were supposed to get a refund from, you might want to check your bank account in the coming days, as it seems more refunds are now processing. Also, do keep in mind that you only get the refund when it comes to the Founders Pack if you bought the most expensive Founders Pack, the Ultimate one, not just any of them. With all that being said, let's shift our focus on the future of this game, and on a larger scale, the future of Ubisoft. The last news we had was before the holidays, where all the buyout talks seemed to just come to a screeching halt because Ubisoft was being greedy and wanted to retain power of the company. And that really still hasn't changed apparently, as Ubisoft has now appointed advisors to look for strategic options regarding a potential buyout deal. Now, let's cover some brief history between Ubisoft and the most likely buyer, Tencent. In a previous deal, Tencent purchased 9.99% of Ubisoft's stake and 49.9% of the parent company. In addition to that, the deal also stated that they can't sell their shares for 5 years, which we have not gotten to that point yet, so they still are not allowed to sell any of their shares. But the big thing to note here is the 49.9%. This isn't just a coincidence, this was intentional back then so that the Guillemot family could retain majority control over the company. The general consensus of this new update regarding appointing advisors to look for some sort of a strategic option for a buyout is that there's been some sort of progress made in these buyout talks. But I'd have to respectfully disagree, because it seems like just the opposite. It seems like they still are hitting that wall. They're still reluctant to give up full control in a straight up buyout from Tencent. And so they've now since appointed these advisors to go and search for some kind of an option and structure it in such a way that would allow them to still maintain control to some extent. They did release a statement saying that the process would be overseen by their board of directors, but is this board of directors really in charge? Do they really have any final say in any of this? Doesn't really seem like it. What may be even more surprising, or not, is that in the same report, it was discovered that Ubisoft still has a negative free cash flow of $126 million. Now, this isn't a financial channel, and it probably never will be, and I'm not a financial advisor by any means, but this means that even after shutting down XDefiant and the 2 studios along with it, Ubisoft is still spending more money than they are projecting to make. And you don't really need to be an expert in the field to know that that's not good. This is just more proof that XDefiant wasn't shut down because it wasn't making money or because it wasn't good. It was shut down because Ubisoft is hemorrhaging money out of every orifice they have. But there's still people out there that will tell you XDefiant itself was losing money, which that may be true. But just because a game wasn't currently making money doesn't mean that that was the reason it was shut down. Especially in a free-to-play model, Ubisoft knew the risks they were taking with a game like this, and based on the content dump we got, there was so much more in store for everybody. And I still believe, to this day, that this game could have been something great. So what does all this mean for the future of XDefiant and or Ubisoft? Well, to be completely honest, we don't know just yet. We have no clue. To answer the initial question of this video, it does seem like a buyout of Ubisoft is imminent, and Tencent seems to be the favorite to get that done. But until that happens, we won't really know much about their vision for titles that Ubisoft still has running, like Rainbow Six Siege, for example, much less the ones that have already been given an end date like XDefiant. So until further notice, I think we have to play it safe and just treat the situation as June 3rd is the last day that we're going to be able to play this game. But I am still holding out some hope though, and if you are as well, you can find the link for the petition to save XDefiant in the description. It costs nothing to sign it, just a few clicks. We're nearing almost 6,000 signatures on it, and while that doesn't seem like a lot in the grand scheme of things, it is a pretty decent chunk. So what are your thoughts on all this news? Did you get your refund for the Founders Pack for the purchases made 30 days prior to the sunset notice on December 3rd? Also, how has your 2025 been so far? Because mine's been pretty shitty and continues to get worse, but trying to stay positive. Let me know down in the comments, and I'll catch you guys in the next upload.